My Patreon's ridiculous. On the site looking so conspicuous. And wow, these patrons all on the prowl. If you hold the pledge steady, I'm gonna milk the cow. And forget about game, I'ma spit the truth. I won't stop till I get them in a t-shirt. Cute? So give me the dollars and you might get some new clothes. Click over to the site, touch your toes. Patreon.com/Goblins Growlers. It's me, Geswin, and I'm here.
Well, no, hold on. Josh walked into the office and is now moving a chair and is now walking out of he's now trying to get Marmar out of the office.
I'm Geswin.
Sprig is coming. Marmar is not. Marmar's decided to stay with me. And now he's closed the door.
Play by play.
I'm going to start a newspaper, the Geswin Gazetteer.
I don't know if y'all could hear in the background of Alex's audio the
of a cat wanting to get in.
That was the cat using the litter box, which means that 10 minutes after the cat uses the litter box, there will be a uninterruptible 1.5 minute
I mean, we didn't hear anything
sound.
Or at least I didn't.
Yeah, he's saying that he's got self-cleaning litter boxes coming up.
Yeah,
so he came by and unplugged it so that we could just replug it in after recording, which is arguably what we should do to begin with.
Yeah, well, Marl doesn't usually stay in the office when we're recording.
Yes, she does.
So, I guess not.
She lays on my feet and it's very sweaty and uncomfortable.
She doesn't usually use the litter box during recording. Let's say that.
All right. So, Gabe, please go ahead and cut all of that out. Thank you very much.
Or not. The litter box.
Litter box discourse.
Interlude.
P-Man.
P-Man.
I like P-Man.
This is Quid Pro Roll, a fantasy live play adventure where a party of unlikely heroes embark on a quest to bring dragons back to their world.
Well, howdy, listeners. Welcome to the Daily Crier Listening Show, where all the news in Varian and beyond can make its way, you guessed it, right to you. Well, I'm not gonna lie, listeners. This looks grim. Johannes, Alita, and Gravy Boat were successful in spying the ambassador the rebels Red sent them after. But none of us were prepared for the shock of finding both Michael and Gaswin, both notorious Blue Dragon priests, having some sort of important meeting there in the city. Boat was able to eavesdrop some clues as to why they were there, but only just before Alita and Johannes were spotted and cornered. Now all three of them stand, backs to the wall, prepared to fight for their lives against the very personal vendetta arcing their way. And all we can do is listen and find out. And as always, y'all take care now.
The scene is tense as Johannes, Boat, Alita, and Michael stand in an alleyway facing one another. There is a tension and electricity in the air. But the electricity begins to fade. Michael raises his hands in a non-threatening gesture. I have a proposal.
Boat doesn't let his guard down, but arches his eyebrow in an obvious way.
My friend is coming. I know you know it. And you know that we are not alone in this city. And that even if we were, just the two of us, we have the guards on our side. I don't have a lot of faith in your ability to suss out information, but I know you know that. This won't end well for you if we fight, especially not here, and especially not now.
What do you want?
the same thing that you want. For the chosen heroes to bring about the opposite of the end of days. The reunion of the metallic dragons with the rest of the world. I am truly an altruist of all things.
Uh-huh. Keep talking.
We have 2 ways we can do this. Your choice. 1 is I take one of your friends with me. You meet me later and retrieve them. Just you and I. We will make an exchange. Or we fight here and now, and things go really, really poorly for you.
For the sake of argument, let's say I'm leaning toward option 1. What are you getting out of that? Just taking one of them for an exchange.
You, alone, without your friends.
When?
Tomorrow night?
Where?
Let's return to this alley. Or if you'd prefer, we can make this exchange in front of the palace. Wherever you would feel safest.
Safe probably isn't the metric that I'm using to judge the wisdom of this now.
But I don't know what's going on, but just continue asking yourself, what would Per Burglar the Cheetah do?
Which one of them do you want to take?
I'm happy with either. I'm partial, obviously, to the other dragon priest.
Yep, nope.
Right. Johannes, you feel like helping out on this one?
Give us 1 second. Huddle up.
What?
Johannes lifts the
1 second.
Yeah, Johannes lifts the pineapple mask so you can see his face, and he's like, "But do we trust this guy with this plan?"
No, we don't.
Okay,
but just quiet for a minute.
Sorry.
We don't trust him, but also I think pretty much everything he said was correct. We really can't get into a fight right here in the city. I think we will die almost immediately, whether from them or other people involved in the government apparatus here. Also, I think he just wants to deal with me badly enough that he doesn't want to hurt anybody else here.
Alita, what do you...
Why doesn't he just take you then? I want to be clear. I'm not pro any of this. But why does he want to take one of us then?
Alita's like, get out of here.
Alita's got a point.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's what I'd prefer. I'm just saying I don't understand.
Boat raises his head up out of the huddle and turns back to Michael. He's like,
oh yeah, Johannes puts his pineapple back on.
Why don't I just go with you now and spare them any of the hassle?
You know exactly why.
Aha. Boat puts his head back into the huddle. All right, so that's not going to work. That's not going to work. I think we're firmly in let's just do what he says territory. I don't want to try to negotiate this at all. And I don't want to push back on him because I think that's only going to end well. It's not going to end well for me or, more importantly, either of you.
Boat?
Yes?
Are you sure you're agreeing to this because you think it's the right decision?
I'm not sure what the right decision is. There's a lot going on in my head right now. I think we have to make a quick decision. I think we have to do that so you two don't get hurt or killed right here, right now, along with me, when this guy and his friend and all the guards in the city descend upon us and just sort of put a stop to things right now. I think
as Bo is saying this, Johannes is putting his stuff into his bag. Like he's taking off his mail and stuff, and he's putting it all into his bag while Bo's saying all these things.
Yeah. I think anything we do right now is just buying time. because if we don't do any of this, it's all over immediately. So really, I don't think there's any value in prosecuting whether it's the right reason or not. It's just what we have to do.
As soon as you finish that, you get a bag and 2 shields thrust into your hands.
Mm-hmm.
And Johannes starts walking towards Michael. And he's like, I trust you both. Don't worry, it's all going to be okay.
Yeah, it
Please
will.
be
Don't
safe,
worry.
Johannes.
We'll get you back, buddy. Don't worry about it.
Well, I'm not worried. I literally am not. I just said that. No
Okay.
worry here. I'm not even worried at all.
Okay. Well, don't start worrying later.
Oh, that's a good point. I won't do that.
Don't worry. We'll take very good care of him.
I know.
Michael is going to put his hand gently on Johannes's shoulder and sort of guide him in the other direction towards the alley. As he's beginning to walk away, Gazwin, Josh, you picked a bad time to walk away from the mic, is going to be coming up.
Well, maybe we can get a really true, like Josh running and being panting and breathing.
All right, so Gazwin arrives.
As Johannes is being led out of the alleyway, gently and cordially by Michael.
Yeah, all right, where are they? I'm here, I'm ready to fight.
Oh, we're not fighting. We're taking a hostage.
I've been captured, says Pineapple Face Man.
Okay. I so much collateral damage so that I could get here quickly so that we don't fight?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, whatever.
Gazwin, you are actually very helpful. The thunderclap was well timed.
Oh, good. So, well, did our contacts here say anything about how they felt about civilian casualties?
If you would like to talk to the prince, that's all on you.
Ooh, I don't, maybe. We'll see. We'll see.
Or, Gazwin, I can offer you a deal. I'll talk to the prince for you.
This guy's a little deal maker over here.
And you do not mention any of this to Emberlyn.
Oh, well, yes, absolutely. I already didn't want to mention any of this to Emberlyn. I guess if she had twisted my arm, I wouldn't have had a lot of options. Now I can be like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm sworn to secrecy.
Oh, yes, because that always has worked on her before.
She won't be getting information out of me, I know that much.
Perfect. Well, shall we go then?
I suppose.
Let's see. Are you hungry? He's going to turn to Johannes.
I'm a little peckish at the moment.
Wonderful. Let's go get some food. Being in a surprisingly upbeat mood, Michael is going to lead Johannes away, Gazwin in tow, leaving Boat and Alita behind in the alleyway, with Alita kind of staring at Boat like with this very concerned, wide-eyed, owlish expression.
Real important, very quick on our way out, just so everybody knows, Johannes, not worried at all.
Boat sort of walks over to one of the alleyway walls, turns around, puts his back against it, and just kind of sinks down to the ground as just sort of all the stress from that particular moment starts to release, and he can finally think about like what's next.
Alita's gonna run over and like drop next to him. Are you hurt anywhere? Are you okay?
Answer to first question, no. Answer to second question, also no.
What are you thinking?
Well, you know, like I said, there's a lot going through my head right now. I am really not sure where this is going, but it's not going to a good place, I don't think, because that guy really has a problem with me, and now he's taking it out on other people, and also he's tied into everything else we've got going on. So this is just kind of a bad scene, Alita.
Well, we can figure out a plan. He doesn't have to know. I mean, Solinar would be able to sneak in. We'd be able to give you backup. We could use this to take this guy out.
I don't want you to do that. Because
What?
let's set aside the chromatic dragon stuff, right?
The whole quest, set aside the whole journey quest thing?
I mean, particularly with him and being a dragon priest and all that stuff. Let's just set that aside for a minute while we talk about this and just sort of, hang with me here. I don't think that, aside from that, he has done anything that necessitates you all to get in the middle of whatever he and I have going on my behalf. Because that is not your fight. Outside of the chromatic dragon stuff, that is not your responsibility.
But we're friends.
Yes. Yes, we are. And that's why I can't let you get involved in this. Because it's not going to end well when this guy, who apparently has the strength of Emberlyn and all the chromatic dragons behind him, is really just trying to get at me. I can't let you all get in the way. Like, I can't let you all be in the line of fire for that. If it jeopardizes any future success that you have.
Look, let's go back to the inn. Let's meet with Solinar and Koza. We can figure something out.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm already trying to figure some stuff out. I'm already working on something. But yeah, let's head back for now. I'm pretty sure nothing's going to happen until tomorrow night.
The two of you are going to walk through the streets of the city in a very heavy silence. The two of you, your minds in completely different universes. You're able to get back to the inn, and it's about early evening by the time you're there. You see Solinar and Koza sitting at one of the tables with several plates of food, one for Boat, one for Alita, and one for Johannes, set out and ready to go. The silence isn't broken by the two of you, but by Koza and Solinar noticing that you're there.
Oh, welcome back. We've got dinner ready.
Oh, that's nice. How are you guys? How are you guys doing?
Significantly wounded. And I have a lot of clothing patching to do. But
Okay.
Overall, I'd say a pretty successful day. It's nice to have everybody back at the inn. Well, wait. No, not everybody. Is Johannes shopping for limes?
As you say that, Alita's like, as you mentioned being wounded, Alita's gonna like walk over and immediately start like casting healing on you and Koza to try and get you guys patched up.
Does she have
Wordlessly.
healing through her Fey powers?
Oh no, that's right. She doesn't have her powers.
So she just walks over. And
She walks
starts, like,
over-
trying to do healing magic. And
She
he's like,
she gives him a
"No."
shoulder massage.
So what's gonna happen is she's going to walk over and she's gonna like get her hands ready to start incanting, and then nothing is going to happen, and she's gonna kind of like look at her hands and just you hear the quietest, softest, "Oh, right." She's gonna then begin digging through her bag to see if she has anything for you guys. Oh,
I'm okay. Koza gave me a little bit of a pick-me-up after we got out of the fight. And I was able to wash off, I think, most, if not all of the blood. And not all of the blood was mine to begin with. So, that's good space to be in. I'm really excited to go to bed. What were you saying about Johannes?
We can talk about it tomorrow. It's fine. He'll be along eventually.
Johannes has been taken captive.
Now he's not going to be able to sleep.
What? Well, where? We gotta break him out, right?
No, we don't. It's a long story. We can talk about it tonight. We can talk about it in the morning. But as of right this moment, there's nothing that we either can nor should be doing.
Well, pull up a chair and grab yourself some dinner, because you are correct. I am not going to be able to sleep until I know what the hell is going on.
I don't feel like we should be out in the open with this.
Oh. Okay.
Let's get some room service.
So
You
I
all-
just turns to the bar and it's like, can we just take all of this to our rooms?
How many breadsticks are you legally allowed to give me?
Koza shoving breadsticks into the big basket thing that he puts mushrooms in. So, sensing the energy of the interaction, the tavern keeper's just going to kind of nod and allow you guys to bring stuff back up to your rooms. You all sort of pile into Boat's room and make yourselves comfortable before Boat begins to break down what happened.
All right, I'll try and tell this in as succinct a way as possible. But first of all, let me just say I am not worried at all about Johannes right now. I think Johannes is going to be fine. I think Johannes is going to be released. Johannes is going to come back. There won't be any problems there. So, do you all remember a while ago when we were at that gala and I did the rat costume thing and Jazz Tamarind and Koza met Ilfiel, and that actually turned out not to be great. You remember how that other dragon priest came into the picture there?
Hey, Koza, do you remember that? Do you remember how badly that went for you? Koza, do you remember?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody nods in agreement.
because it's just kind of like looking down and to the side.
Koza, don't feel bad, because I'm gonna win this one in a you screwed up contest. So
I remember there was a lot of really good music they were playing.
Yeah, and we were surprised that Jazz Tamarind is actually a real person, and they thought it was me, even though I thought he was from a book. But do you remember that blue dragon priest that was there?
Yeah, the one that wanted to talk to you alone.
Yes. So that is the offending dragon priest of this most recent encounter, who has taken Johannes. What happened was we were sitting downstairs, and I was eating pastries, and we were keeping an eye on things for an ambassador based on information from the tavern keep there, and we see that character coming down the stairs, looking over some papers. We decide to start following him, and we follow him and his buddy. And I was able to hear some of their conversation as I leisurely strolled past them on my way to a clothier shop. And I heard a lot of conversations. They're talking about Eek, for one thing. So that came up. Sounds like Eek's being used as a tool, maybe. They're taking advantage of him, what sounds like, which I'm not too terribly surprised with, because that's what evil does. It seduces people. And then I did a little bit of really ragged lip reading and made out the words Black Dragon, Ritual, and Soon. And it's important to note that that is soon in relation to time and not the god. So we're not crossing the streams there. So anyway, that happened. And then I'm not really sure what happened because I was in the clothier at this point, but Alita and Johannes ended up getting into some kind of scuffle with them and then taking off running. Michael, that's the Blue Dragon Priest, chased after them. I come out. Michael's buddy is there, and I stop him, and then I cast Earth Tremor to try and create an advantage for myself. Knocked him down, knocked a bunch of people down, and then I took off. So then we get to the alleyway, and I just charge in there. I try to take down Michael because Michael's got Johannes and Alita cornered and all kinds of electricity and stuff. And I try to tackle him, but guy's got some moves. He's got some moves, managed to throw me and roll me and stay on his feet and everything like that. So anyway, long story short, gave us an ultimatum, which was either let me take one of your friends, and then I'll give him back to you tomorrow night if you meet me alone, or we will fight you now and we will win because we are also working with the government of this nation and all the guards and military will come after you and you will surely lose. So we talked about it for a brief moment and decided there was some truth in what he was saying in terms of our odds of being able to succeed right there and then. So Johannes, bless his heart, volunteered to go with Michael. And so I am going to have to try and go negotiate Johannes back tomorrow.
Well, that's a trap, right? Like,
I mean, it could be. This guy, Michael, he's got some things he needs to say to me. I think part of this is just him wanting to get that audience that he wanted at the gala.
well, but he's also a dragon priest, like you said.
He is. But I guess I did leave out one key detail is he seemed like trying to get me by myself was almost like his own personal goal, because he sort of made a deal with his buddy not to reveal that he'd encountered us or anything. So I feel like I'm a little bit of a side quest for him. So I'm not too worried about this getting in the way of the regular questing and such.
Solinar, as Boat is going through this, Solinar has eaten through his dinner and then started counting out rapidly gold coins and putting them in pouches. And then he tosses one to Boat, one to Koza, and one to Alita. And he's like, and I will hold Johannes's until he's available. There's 360 gold pieces for each of us between the last couple of jobs we've had that we've made money on. The thing is, getting you alone still sounds like a trap.
I didn't say that it wasn't a trap. I just mean it's not a trap for all of us.
Well, I mean, it sounds like probably what we should be doing is having some sort of evacuation plan. Because if the Dragon Priests know we're here, and they're working with the Boros Empire, then presumably the Boros Empire knows we're here.
I mean, maybe, but remember what I said about him, making that deal with his buddy to be like, hey, this didn't happen. Now, I don't know if it's the worst idea for you all to get outside the city. I think that might be a reasonable precaution.
I mean, we can't leave without the crown, right?
Right. But I'm not saying leave the Empire. I'm just saying maybe get out of the immediate firing line. And then once we get this resolved, I'll just come find you all.
Do you foresee this being a fight?
I really don't know. Like I said, this guy has a lot that he needs to say to me, and maybe it's a lot that I need to hear. So I really don't know how this is going to end, but it's possible.
maybe this works out okay. Because we needed to find a way for the group to not all try to get into the palace at the same time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because then it's too obvious who we are and what we're doing. So maybe you going, taking care of your business, and then you and Johannes meeting us inside the palace once you're done. Maybe that works out okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't... But you seem mighty sure that this needs to be you on your own.
Yeah. Yeah, I do seem pretty sure about that, don't I?
Why
I
are
mean-
you so certain?
Well, there's a lot of pieces here that you all could put together and draw some conclusions. Based on him being roughly 20 years younger than me. He's from Ocean Var, where I have been
Boat,
in the past.
I want your thoughts on it, not conjecture, not giving me pieces to make it out on my own.
Mhm.
What are you thinking?
So, based on a conversation that I had with this guy at the gala, which the more I think about it, the more it was one of those, I know what you're saying, and I know what you're saying, and I know you know what you're saying kind of things, where we just really weren't acknowledging the elephant in the room based on what he clearly knows as fact already, and what he was heavily intimating to me, which is that at some point, I had a very nice relationship with his mother, and then I was never around.
Oh.
Ugh!
Yes. And it seems like he's, aware of my career and everything. And, I'll say, I think I can sort of be mature enough to just say this, that I think he rightly feels like I went off and had a wonderful time with my life after I got his mother pregnant, and then they struggled. I feel like he has a lot of resentment that he needs to talk to me about. And I think, in terms of the absolute least that I can do, is meet him where he is and listen to it.
Well, I mean, if that's the situation, I kind of get why you don't want us coming with.
It's bad enough that you all know this much already, but let's be real. Like, we've been together for a while, and you know what kind of person I am, what kind of person I've been. And, growth is a hard thing, especially when you've sort of lived your life in this sort of archetype of a performer, well known to many and everything. And I feel like this is really a chance, and I'm not saying I'm looking forward to it, but it is a chance for me to just sort of own some of the mistakes of 20 some years ago when I was living a little bit of a different life than I do now. I got to hear what he has to say. I owe him that much.
I mean, I think that's a very responsible way to be handling this. I honestly don't know what we could do to better support you in something like that. It is really and truly something between the two of you.
Right. And I'm not looking at this even as sort of a high-minded thing of like, oh, this is between a father and son, which sounds really weird to say when I'm talking about myself, by the way. Because I don't think that I really deserve to be called his father, based on what I know from what he said so far. So really, this is about two guys who have some issues, and we just kind of need to talk them out and figure out where we are.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, I can see how that would be the case.
So here's what I think needs to happen. I think our order of operations here is you all, first thing in the morning, or even tonight, I'll sort of leave that up to you. Get out of the city. Just go find some place to hold up, at least until day after tomorrow. I will stay. I will deal with this. And then, in a perfect world, we'll get this resolved. I'll get Johannes back, and then we can just meet up at one of the gates to the city.
Solinar kind of like hunches over and puts both his forearms on his knees. He's like, I don't know. Like maybe we do the opposite of what they expect, right? Like they'd be thinking, oh, they're going to get out of town. But I don't think security around the palace and around the crown gets weaker for us giving it a couple of days. We're on a time crunch as it is. I feel like the move is to get ourselves into the palace and then you rendezvous with us in there.
I mean, we can do that. We could do that. You all just need to decide where the safest place for you to be until I can get this sorted out is.
It might be in the palace.
I don't know that the palace is going to be the safest place.
Yeah,
but
Cozy,
of course,
you've been awfully quiet. You should weigh in on this too.
I mean, honestly, I think this is just like it feels like another, just really big thing to have come up.
I mean, yeah, you could say that. That is a valid analysis of this situation.
So yeah, I think it really complicates the situation, but I don't know what the best choice is. I think maybe it's a big city, so at the very least, I don't think completely leaving the city is the best choice. It feels like it would only get us further away from what we need to do.
Yeah, well, here, as you all have been talking, I'm thinking about it, and if I'm not with you, and Johannes isn't with you, then our party profile is looking a little bit different, and maybe they're not looking for 3 people. Maybe they're still looking for 5 people.
Right. And if it's a couple of guys and a gal just strolling on through, we could still do our circus performer routine on our way in. Hopefully that's enough that we can...
Believe it or not, with everything that's going on, I'd forgotten about that.
Or we could just pretend to be servants, which is lower profile.
Do you think servants gets us the same level of access, though?
I think servants get us more access. You gonna let circus performers in, your room to do laundry?
Well, no, but I don't know that I let first week servants into my room to do laundry either.
Solinar, I don't have radical confidence that these people are able to identify their servants by face.
Well, I more mean the servants managing the servants.
You have magic.
I mean, some.
Boat has magic. Boat will be able to disguise himself.
Oh, well, if disguising is what we're trying to do, I've got some ability with a makeup kit. It's not great, but it'd be enough to make us look a little different.
Boat, are you gonna be okay rendezvousing after whatever this is gonna be?
I mean, I think I'm gonna have to be okay. Whatever kind of fallout there is from this, I'm just gonna have to sort of push it down.
Do you really think that this is what you should do?
I think it's what I need to do.
I don't think they're going to hurt Johannes, but I don't know how long that'll stick.
Well, I mean, they gave us a timer. So I'll meet him tomorrow night and we'll go from there.
So Koza, Solinar, what? We infiltrate the palace and wait for Boat to meet us?
Yeah, I mean, we knew it was going to take a little time anyway. We can be laying the groundwork while Boat's taking care of, well, family affairs.
We really have a lot of weird family stuff, don't we?
Mm-hmm. Really good pathos.
Boat, I'm worried. Are you
I'll,
really gonna be okay?
About what? Whatever could you be concerned about?
Are you really gonna be okay?
I mean, we'll see. We'll see. You know, it sort of kind of depends on sort of where he's at emotionally. I mean, maybe he beats the crap out of me. Maybe he just wants to tell me off. Maybe he wants to tell me how his mother died after I left or something like that.
I'll spend a good chunk of tomorrow trying to get my hands on some healing potions in case things go sideways.
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate that. You know, I will also accept from anyone appeals to higher powers.
Oh, speaking of which, Johannes gave you his gear.
Yes, it's in this bag.
Should one of us take it, or should you have it in case it comes in handy?
I feel like if they bring him to release him, he will want his stuff back, and he may need it depending on the situation. So I wonder if I should just have it.
Okay. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we should all just try and get some sleep.
Well, as best we can.
One way or another, we got a big day tomorrow.
Alita's gonna get up, nod, and turn and leave. Koza, Solinar?
Cousin nibbles on some of the food for a bit.
Yeah. Solinar stands up and is like, Boat, as much as I feel like it is the correct thing to do, I still worry about the outcome. Be careful, okay?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not unconcerned about things. But like I said, I feel like I owe it to this guy to listen to him tear me a new one in kind of any way that he sees fit on that.
Okay. Well, keep us, as much in the loop as you can.
Yeah. Will do.
Solinar heads off to bed.
All right. Cozy, you're welcome to hang out. I think I'm just going to eat some ham and maybe try to just zone out for a little bit.
Yeah, I think Koza kind of fishes up the food and then it's like, I think I should probably get some sleep.
All right. Have a good night.
Good night.
As the door closes behind Koza, Boat, you are left in a moment of quiet and solitude that feels calm but very heavy.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot on your mind with all of this. Are you going to do anything before you go to bed, or?
Does this hotel room have a bath?
There's going to be like a space that has baths, but it's not going to be like in the room. You're going to have to go down the hall.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he wants to be around people right now.
I mean, it's late at night. I can't imagine there's a whole lot of people using the bath.
Yeah, maybe save that for the morning. He just sort of goes to the window and looks out across the city.
As the lights of the city shine and glitter, they begin to snuff out little by little as people retire for the evening. You're not sure how much you're going to sleep tonight with this hanging over your head.
Ding dong bing bong. Who's bringing you this episode of Quid Pro Roll today? Well, it's the delightful people at our Patreon, including Kira Mays. Thank you so much. Marion Klatt, you are awesome. I'm like so grateful that you exist. Natalia Pearson, you're heckin' awesome. I like never seen a more awesome person. Olivia Latham, you're the best. Thank you. Sean Britton, I am in debt to you. I owe you a life debt and or a beer, your choice. Sith Lord Dippy, man, I couldn't have dippied without you, and I'm really thankful. Wolf Daddy 72, I'm so happy you're here. Thank you, Daddy. And yes, Mountain. Yes, Mountain. These are awesome. You guys are great. Thank you for making Quid Pro Roll possible. I'm so grateful. So, thank you from me. I'm Alon, and I'm thanking you on the post roll, making it too long, and Gabe is gonna be mad at me. But I love you so much, I couldn't do it without you. Ooh. Thank you.
No, you cast Cone of Change on a baby, so you don't have to do their diaper.
We're not calling it Make It Hail.
No, call it Make It Hail, but spell it Hale, and it actually is a summoning spell that summons Alan Hale Jr., who played Skipper on Gilligan's Island.
This is so specific.